Hi, in this video we will teach you how to solve right triangles. In order to know how to solve a right triangle, you need to know that a right triangle is an angle that includes a 90 degrees angle, one hypotenuse, and two sides. Today you will learn how to solve right triangles by using trigonometric ratios. The three main trigonometric ratios are sine, which is opposite over hypotenuse, cosine, which is adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent, which is opposite over adjacent. Each of them have their opposite. Cosecant is 1 over sine, which is hypotenuse over opposite. Secant is 1 over cosine, which is hypotenuse over adjacent. And cotangent is 1 over tangent, which is adjacent over opposite. When you have incomplete data about angles, but mainly about sides, is where you will use trigonometric ratios to solve the right triangle.
In the following exercise, we will apply what we have learned to calculate different angles and sides of a triangle. First, we need to identify if the triangle is a right triangle. Then we need to identify the data that the triangle gives us. In this case, it gives us an angle of theta, and in the opposite side, it gives us a side that measures 8 centimeters, and the hypotenuse measures side of 4 centimeters. The sine is equals to opposite over hypotenuse. So in this case, we're going to use sine. Sine of theta equals 8, that is the opposite, over 4, that is the hypotenuse, gives us sine of theta of 2.
Remember to verify your answer in your calculator. In this case, you don't need nor sin, cos, or tan. You just divide 8 over 4.
In this exercise, we will do the same as the previous exercise. So we identify the data that the triangle gives us. In this case, it gives us an angle of 32 degrees and a hypotenuse of 10 centimeters. So we identified that we don't know the x value, so we're going to use sine. We want to know opposite side, but we have the degree and we have the hypotenuse. So we're going to say the formula like this: sine of 32 equals x over 10. Then we need to leave alone the x to know the value of x. So we multiply sine of 32 degrees times 10, gives us 5.3.
Review your answer in your calculator again. Remember to check your calculators is in degrees units.
Like the previous exercise before we answer, we're going to answer one exercise, but applying the trigonometric functions in real life. We have a 6-meter long ladder that leans against a building. The ladder forms an angle of 60 degrees. We want to know how far up the wall does the ladder reach and how far from the wall is the base of the ladder. First, we're going to answer how far up the wall does the ladder reach. So we know the ladder forms an angle of 60 degrees, and we know it's 6 meters long. So we know the hypotenuse is 6, and the theta angle is going to be 60 degrees. And we want to know the opposite side. So we're going to use the trigonometric function of sin, opposite over hypotenuse. So we put the formula like this: sin of 60 degrees equals x over 6. Sin of 60, then we multiply sin of 60 degrees times 6 to know x. So x is 5.196. Then we're going to answer the second question: how far from the wall is the base of the ladder? So we know that the ladder forms an angle of 60 degrees, and we know the hypotenuse, that is 6. But now we want to know the adjacent side. So in this case, we're going to use the cos trigonometric function, adjacent over hypotenuse. So we're going to put the formula like this: cos of 60 equals y over 6. Then we multiply 6 times cos of 60 to know the answer, to know the value of y, and the value of y is equals to 3 meters.
Then you verify if it's correct in your calculator, your first answer, and also you can calculate and verify your second answer. And that will be all.